Okay, so this is Nearpod. This is the teacher login. And there are some different options here. You can choose your lesson. So if I wanted to do a lesson with you guys on addition, I could type it in and then it would pop up with some different things. And I can choose what grade. So if I want it to be third grade, I could choose and we could do a lesson on addition. But today, we are going to be doing a lesson that is a review of third grade. So I'm going to click on live participation, start a new session, and you guys are going to see a code that pops up. So those of you watching this video, you don't know this, but there is a room full of students and they are all about to type in this code in the orange student box on Nearpod. Collier, question?
Is it capitals?
It is. They're all capital letters. So you're going to type in XIHAY. And once you do that, it's going to ask you as a student to type your name. So if you'll just put your initials or just your first name so we don't really know who you are on this video, that would be great. And then once you're there, if you'll give me a thumbs up. Yes.
And we press join lesson.
Yes. Once you put your name in, you're going to hit the blue join lesson button. And it's going to look like this. Now, if you don't have your code in, you can see that the code stays at the top left of the screen. So one thing I like about Nearpod is if your computer freezes or kicks you out for any reason, you can join back into our lesson by typing in this code because it'll stay up there for you to see it. Jack, you have a question or you give me a thumbs up?
I can't see that code.
Okay, it's capital X.
No, up on the top.
Oh, you won't see it on your screen. So my screen that you see looks just like this, but your screen is only the page that says mixed review and practice. So right now, you can't move this lesson forward at all. Only I can with these blue arrows that you guys can see on the front board. But what's cool about this is it's interactive. So as we're working, you guys are going to have opportunities to move your screen, okay? Everybody here on this page, you guys see this? Okay, here we go. So we're going to click through. So the first thing this does is it's going to show the teacher what materials, what you need to be prepared. You can scroll down to see the objective. So our objective today is to complete third grade math review problems. Go to the next page. All right, so this is our first thing. It's an essential question. It's going to ask us what math concepts are learned in third grade. So here's the deal. You are going to be solving this over a couple of different things. Now, this is not going to take us 45 minutes because we're going to do kind of a mini lesson just to show what Nearpod is. But in a normal setting, we would do an engage and explore. We'd explain and elaborate, and then you guys would evaluate, which would be a quiz. Now, y'all are going to take a quiz at the end, but it's only 5 questions, and it'll be pretty simple. All right, so the first part you're going to do is you're going to answer a poll question. So on your screen, it should pop up with poll. Now, right now, I can see all of your names. One of the features about this is at the bottom, I can click hide student names, and your names all disappear. So as you answer your question, you're going to start to see that the results from the poll start to show up. So go ahead and answer this question with however you feel about what you know on third grade math. So do you know a lot? Do you not know anything? Or do you know a little? So as everybody's answering, it will start to fill up. Lots of I know a lot, so that's good because it's the end of the year. Harrison?
We submitted.
Yeah, submit and it'll pop up on here. Now, if I were to show student names again, we could look and I could scroll through and I could see who all has answered, who has not answered. It says that, okay, we're at 100%. So everybody has answered. You guys all know a lot. You're all math geniuses. So here's the next thing. All right. So this is a collaborative board. Now, as a teacher, I have an option of I can approve your post before you post it, or I can just let you go. So I'm going to, for this one, just let you go. So I'm going to hit no, which means that I'm not going to approve each thing, but it says share what you know about third grade. There's a button down here, and it is a spot for you to upload an image. So you're going to think about anything from third grade math, and you can type and connect whatever you type with your image. So for example, if you want to talk about division, and you type in division, it's going to give you a bunch of images on Google that show division. So you could click that image and add it to your sticky note, and you could type, I know several strategies for division. And then when you post it, it's going to go as a sticky note onto our board. And your classmates can like it, they can view it. So take just a second to fill in a sticky. Yes, ma'am.
Says that
Sometimes it just takes a second to load. It should pop on the screen.
you should
Question?
yes.
Okay, so as you guys see people posting, see if you can like it, see if you can read what they put. So this is kind of a cool tool because you can see what everybody is thinking, and we can save this lesson so that you go back and you can view it later. Or let's say we went virtual again and we were at home, we could all get onto this at the same time, and even though we're in different places, we could see what everybody's posting in real time. So I can like all of these. I'm going to take about 20 more seconds and I'm going to go to the next page. I know. You guys are putting all sorts of stuff. All right, so I'm going to go to the next slide. So if you're still working, it will actually cut you off. The next thing is called salad bowl. So we're going to scroll down to look at a photo. And as you look at the photo, think about how it could represent a third grade math class. So here's the picture. You guys can see the little salad here. And you are going to, this time I'm going to hit yes that I have to approve you so you can see what happens. But you're going to answer the question, how does that salad bowl represent a third grade math class? So as you enter in your response, I will get a notification right here that you have responded. And then I will either approve or not approve. And I'm going to not approve somebody just so we can see what happens. Question?
Can you do like what we did for the Christmas thing?
What do you mean?
Like we like had to live with the marshmallows and stuff. You could build like the tower.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so like I can approve these by hitting the check marks. All right, Max, I'm going to use you as my guinea pig. So if I wanted to decline him, I could just, you're canceled, and then it goes away. Now, Max, on your screen, if I hit cancel, does it tell you anything? Okay, so it doesn't show up. But you could look and you could see, oh, mine's not up there. I might need to do it again. Will you see, Max, if it lets you submit another one? And then let's see, Harrison, will you see if you can submit another one? I know you already have one on the board, but I just want to know how many it lets you submit. I would think that it would let you keep posting, but I'm not sure.
I'll just do random things.
Okay, so he was able to resubmit. Okay, so you can see everybody's answers. You can see how we're liking. Again, this is called a collaborative board where we're all discussing a question. All right, I'm going to go to the next thing. All right, for this one, we're going to talk about a couple of different things. Now, the first one is operations and algebraic thinking. So this is multiplication, division within 100, number and operations in base 10. That's like rounding. Number and operations fractions. Obviously, that's fractions, especially on a number line. And then measurement and data, that's bar graphs, area and perimeter of rectangles, along with many other things. Those are just some examples. So I want y'all to think about those. And now you are going to answer, there's an open-ended question on your page. You're going to answer which one of those do you think is the most important, and you're going to explain why you think it's the most important. So if you need to click back on it, there should be a little picture on the side of your screen, and you can scroll back and look at what the options were. So which one of these do you think is most important and why? Now I'm going to hide the student names again, and as your answers come in, it will tell us. Okay, so as you guys are answering, there's a button over here that says participation, and it shows we're at 6%. So that means that a few people have answered, and it will continue to go up towards 100% as you guys are working and answering the question. And again, if I wanted to show everybody's name, I could just click show student names. And then here we are. So I can tell Trip that you've already answered. Lottie, you've now answered. So several people have answered now. And one thing that's cool is if I like your answer a lot, so let's say, Jack, I want to share yours. If I click share, did that do anything to y'all's screen?
Yes, it all shows us his.
It shows you his answer? Okay, that's pretty cool. So then I can unshare it. And then does it go back to your question?
Yep.
Oh, that's kind of fun. Okay, so everybody has answered, so it shows me it's at 100%. So at this point,
I haven't answered. I haven't answered.
oh, it didn't let you finish. Oh, okay. So maybe if you're doing this, you would need to wait to share until it's at 100%, right? Raise your hand if you were in the middle of typing and then I shared and it kicked you off. Okay, so what I'm saying is in the future, if a teacher were to use this, they would need to wait to share until everybody had answered so it doesn't kick y'all off. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next part. Now, this is a little evaluation. So you're going to have 5 questions. Now, because this is for a grade and a score, I'm going to hide your names while you're working, and you are going to answer 5 questions, okay? Since there's 17 of us, there's 5 questions each. When everyone's answered, it will tell us that you are done. So go ahead and start answering. And it shows us up on the board, actually, how many people get questions correct and incorrect. So only 1 question's been answered so far, and it was incorrect. Okay, got some that are correct now. So you want this to be more green than red. So hopefully you guys can get some of these questions correct. Okay, so I'm starting to see scores. You guys are still working, but some people have been answering some questions. Okay, I'm going to give you about 20 more seconds, so just be finishing up your questions as quickly as you can. If this were a normal lesson setting and we were spending a long time on this, you would obviously be able to take this at your own speed. I wouldn't be rushing you through it. So let's say I wanted to show your scores. So I could click your name. It's going to show your score, but then it also shows which one you missed. So if I click on number 1, it will actually pull up the question and we could talk about it as a class. So this is kind of cool because if I notice, oh, you know what? So many people are missing number 3. I could click on number 3. We could read it. Which equation is true when the number 6 is on the line? Is 3 times 3 going to be 6?
No.
What is it?
9.
9. So it's not going to be A. C, 6 divided by 2, what would that be? 3, wouldn't be 4, right? And then D, 3 times 6, well, that's not 12, that's what?
18.
Okay, so the only one that could work would be 36 divided by 6 because that equals 6. So you can actually flip through and look at the questions to see the answer, so that's pretty neat. Now, I know that some of us didn't finish all of the questions, but that's okay. All right, now, we are going to look at this line. So you have a line from 0 to 1. There's a point Q on the line. So it asks you a question. It says Malik placed point Q on the number line. Identify the fraction represented by point Q. Be sure to explain the meaning. instead of explaining your meaning right now, I just want you to type what fraction you think that is. So type what fraction you think point Q is, because we're going to go through this one pretty quickly. I know you guys could give me your reasoning for why, but just want you to type the fraction. Okay, so we're starting to get some answers. Seeing some correct answers. Good. Okay, we got almost half of the class has answered. We're at 47. Oh, big jump there. Okay, a couple people left. Yes, sir? Hit the little slanted bar to show the... Okay, so what was our answer? 1/7. Yeah, if we look at our picture, we count our lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One whole would be 7 out of 7, so this is one piece out of 7. All right, now next up we have something that might take a second to load, but this is called time to climb. Now I think you guys will like this. We are going to randomize the questions. I'm going to choose the underwater theme, and I'm going to enable the sound, so your computer will be able to make sound. In just a second, when I hit continue, you're going to get to pick a character that you want, okay? So I'm going to hit go, and then as you make your character, he's going to pop up under the water here, and then you guys will see what you're competing for. And you can have your sound on. That's fine. So I see Max. I see Ben. 2 cute little penguins. Penguins that are swimming. That's interesting. Mary Cleveland. Trip. All right, so you guys, all your stuff is popping up. I got 9 people. Got 10 people. Okay, so you guys are all showing up. Now, here's the deal. In just a minute, there's going to be some questions that you're asked. If you can answer, you'll have 30 seconds to answer the question. If you can answer it in the first 10 seconds when the timer is green, you'll get the most points. If you answer it in less than that, your points go down the less time you have, right? So if you answer the question and there's still 29 seconds left, you answer it within 1 second, you're going to have a lot of points. So the goal is for you to swim to the top before everybody else. Okay? Wait on one more person. Okay, so I'm going to hit start. You guys ready? All right, so it's going to count down and you're going to get a question. All right, round 27 to the nearest 10. So it's counting down. All right, so right now, here's your second question. See if you can beat it. 273, nearest 100. You guys gotta knock him out of the top spot. Who can beat it? Let's see. Oh, keep in your spot. And I can hide the names, or we can look at them. So you're rounding 645 to the nearest 10. All right, last chance to knock him out of first place. Oh, wow. All right, so it will show the overall leaders for the game. And it shows you your points. Okay, so this next part is a drawing. Okay, so it says Jasmine planted 24 flowers in her garden. She placed the flowers with 4 rows in 4 rows, with each row having the same number of flowers. How many flowers did Jasmine plant in each row? So what you're gonna do is you'll click on your picture and then you can draw your picture to show the answer. So I want to see it. Think about an array. You've got 4 rows. How many would have to be in each row to make 24 flowers? So as you do your picture, it's going to show up. And now I can see on my screen your in progress picture. But once you send it in and it's submitted, so like you guys who are putting 6, it wants you to actually draw the picture. So you would need to go back and draw 4 rows with 6. Does that make sense? They want you to draw the array. But this actually is cool because it shows me as you're working your progress. Lottie, you got some fancy flower pots there. Yes, ma'am. So the code, that's what I was saying. If it kicks you out, the code stays at the top, so you can type the code back in. It will take you right back to this page. Yes.
I'm pretty sure I went back and made an array.
On yours, let me see.
Yeah, except they're just dots.
I might have to click on your name. Let's see what happens when I click on it. Okay, so it just makes it full screen, and then I can go through and see those of you who submitted things.
That's mine.
So it shows me your first answer, and then I can see where you added. So I can see it. All right, so I'm going to actually go to the next thing. You're going to have a matching game. So there are a bunch of orange squares on your screen in front of you. I'm going to quickly show on here. If you click View Pairs, it will show you the answers. So I could show that at the end. But right now, you're looking at your screen to see if you can match some of the pairs. I'm going to give you like 10 seconds to see how many pairs you can match, and then I'm going to go to the next slide. Jack?
My pairs on orange, they're on a purplish color.
It's okay. They should still show up. Does it still allow you to click on them? Okay. Okay, so hopefully you've at least matched something. If not, that's okay. We are going to click on the view pair to look at our answers. So 4 times 2 is 8. 40 divided by 5 is 8. So those two are a pair. 9 times 5 and 5 times 9, that's obviously a pair. What is 9 times 5?
45.
Good. All right. 5 times 20 is the same thing as 5 times 2 times 10. What property is that if we break it up? Distributive property. Okay. Another question. How confident do you feel in your ability to complete 3rd grade math review problems? So this was similar to how we started. You'll just answer the poll question. Again, I can hide your names. Okay, so you can see some people are feeling very confident. Somebody is feeling somewhat confident. Luckily, we don't have any that is just not confident at all. But if we did, if that's how you feel, it's okay. Yes. Okay, so got a couple of people that have not answered yet. So if you haven't answered, submit your answer. Make sure you hit the blue submit button. Okay, so that should be everybody. Is there one person that hasn't submitted? Make sure you click the blue submit. There we go. All right, so once everyone has entered, you can look at the names to see how people feel. And then this is another collaborative board, so I'm not going to approve it, but it says, what is the most interesting or surprising thing you learned while completing 3rd grade math review problems? So they're probably talking about this specific Nearpod. I want you to answer this question a little differently. I want you to answer, what is your favorite thing you've done in math this year? Okay, it can be anything. So you're going to post a sticky. It can be anything. It could be one word. It could be 2. You can post a picture. So add that to the board. It will show up as soon as you enter it, and then we can see the responses. Okay, so Max, you're loving multiplication. trip, also multiplication. So as people are answering their things, lovely.
Who did that? Who did that?
Talking about Brad.
Talking about Brad.
Always has to be one person who thinks they're funny. Okay.
I searched up Brad and that's
Partial quotient, the house area and perimeter, to division, fraction. So lots of different answers. You guys are kind of all over the place with how you're feeling. Multiplication. Making slushies.
Who did that?
Did we make slushies? I don't remember that.
Yes,
Okay, so as you guys are answering, they will show up. Now, if I change the page, it will kick you off, but this is the end. It will say thank you, and that means we have completed the lesson. So if I close out of this, I will leave the session, and it should kind of end your session. You shouldn't be able to really do anything else unless it shows the thank you screen, okay? While I am recording this, does anyone want to share feedback on Nearpod? Okay, and speak loudly so we can hear you. Collier?
It's probably the best program I've done at Crestline.
Okay. Charlie?
It's amazing, fun, and great talent.
Okay. Bella?
I love it, and my favorite part about it is collaborate.
That you can collaborate all together. Kate?
Yeah, I really like the games, and that we can just like all see what our answers are on like the collaborative.
Do you guys like that it's competitive?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I know y'all got hands up. Another question. Are there any downsides to this?
Not at all.
Y'all don't think there's any?
I think there'll be
Max?
I feel like there could be like more questions on like the games.
Okay. And remember, this is just a very brief review of a lesson. If we look at some other lessons, I'd be interested to see if they get any better, but that is good feedback. Meryl?
I think some people get sad if they have like if you can like see their name.
If you saw their name. So do you think that the teacher should ask first, do we want to all allow our names, or should we keep them hidden, or should we just always have it hidden? Or does it depend on the class and the people in the class?
Depends on the class.
Okay, so maybe you can ask the class how they're feeling about it. Harrison?
I think that other people should try it.
You think that what?
Other people should try it.
Okay, that other teachers might should use it. Could you see this being used for language arts too?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
Collier?
Oh, one downside is. Never mind.
Okay. All right, I'm going to stop.